Yes, I was there. I was right next to John. We were there the entire time. We watched them. We watched them kill my son. I wanted so badly to try and stop them, to stand up and just do something. But I couldn't. I trusted Jesus. I trusted that he knew what he was doing. After all, that was the lesson I've had to learn all these years. To trust Jesus. To trust my son. Easy, right? No, it has never been easy. I remember the night he was born. We had nowhere to stay. I had to give birth to my baby in a barn. I even had to lay him in a manger, a feeding trough for animals. Goodness, I was so young. I had no idea what I was doing. I remember laying this tiny baby in the manger, believing what the angel had said, believing that I had just given birth to the Messiah, the Christ. I remember his tiny little fingers wrapping around the edge of that wooden manger, his soft little cooing, his beautiful eyes. If the prophets were right, then this little boy I had just delivered was the eternal Son of God. Who could believe it? I remember when he was a boy, Joseph would be standing next to him at the woodworking table after they were finished with their carpentry lesson. Sometimes during their carpentry projects, Joseph would teach Jesus how to read, and other times they would sing songs together as they shaved the wood with their hand planes. I particularly remember Jesus reading from the prophet Isaiah. He was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. By his wounds we are healed. Like a lamb led to the slaughter, he did not open his mouth. He must have known. Jesus must have known. He must have known what those words meant for him, for my son. He must have known that he would be pierced, that he would be crushed. He must have known he would be killed for our sins. So I remember watching him die on that ugly cross. I remembered my sweet baby's fingers wrapped around that wooden manger. I remember my son's young hands measuring and sawing the lumber as he read from the prophets with his daddy. And now I saw those very same hands nailed to these different beams of wood. I remembered right then all of the things that he had said to me. Things that I didn't fully understand, but that I'd pondered in my heart all these years. I looked at my son, at his beautiful eyes. I looked at his broken body. The image that came to mind was the broken bread that my grandmother used to make. Bread that, when it was broken, filled the entire house with the smell of warm olive oil and sweet honey. I remembered, I looked at my son and knew that all of the promises from the manger to the table, to that ugly cross, were for my good and for His glory. I knew that Jesus had died for the sins of the world, for the sins of His own mother, for the sins of everyone who would just come to Him for forgiveness and grace. And that is the most beautiful thing of all.